world that's ever on the brink of global conflict, the unthinkable could happen. The threat of nuclear war remains one of the most terrifying possibilities that looms over us all. While discussions around the devastation of nuclear weapons often focus on global implications, we rarely take a deep dive into the specific cities that could be most vulnerable in the event of a nuclear attack. What cities would be the first to face the wrath of a bomb? Where would the fallout be the most catastrophic? Grab a seat because we're about to explore the 10 US cities most likely to be hit first. And trust me, this isn't your average doom and gloom scenario. This is real, it's chilling, and it demands your attention. 1. Washington, D.C., the heart of power. When we talk about nuclear targets, Washington, D.C. is the first place that comes to mind. Why? It's not just the capital of the United States, it's the very heart of American political power. With the White House, Pentagon, Capitol Hill, and a multitude of other government buildings, Washington is a prime target in any nuclear conflict. The city symbolizes the core of U.S. government operations, and any aggressor would likely strike there to cripple the nation's leadership and administrative functions. According to military analysts, Washington would likely be the first city to be hit in a nuclear attack, ensuring the disintegration of national decision-making power right from the top. The devastating effects of such an attack would not only be immediate, but would ripple through every level of American society. Air Force One, the US president's iconic flying fortress, would be ready to take off, but in the face of such destruction, would it be enough to escape the fallout? The city's geographical importance makes it the ultimate prime target, as a strike here would have symbolic and tactical consequences far beyond what we can even fathom. 2. New York City, the financial epicenter. New York City is another glaring target for any potential nuclear attack. Often considered the economic and financial capital of the world, NYC houses the New York Stock Exchange, Wall Street, and countless financial institutions that drive the global economy. If you were looking to cripple America financially, this is the place to start. But it's not just the financial power. New York is also home to UN headquarters, making it a crucial diplomatic target as well. The Manhattan skyline, iconic and recognizable from miles away, would likely be decimated in the event of a nuclear attack. As the media hub, cultural center, and the seat of America's financial industry, New York's destruction would send shockwaves not only through the US, but through the entire world. The global economy would experience an unimaginable collapse, sending billions into uncertainty and chaos. 3. Los Angeles. The entertainment powerhouse located on the West Coast, Los Angeles stands as a beacon of culture, entertainment, and industry, but its status as an economic powerhouse is not the only reason it makes this list. Los Angeles also serves as a critical defense target, with numerous military facilities scattered around the city and its surrounding areas. The sheer size of LA, with its sprawling cityscape and dense population, would make it an impossible target to ignore in a major conflict. The destruction of the entertainment capital of the world would cripple America's cultural output and possibly even its global influence. LA's proximity to the Pacific Ocean also makes it a strategic location for military and missile defense, adding a layer of complexity to any potential attack. Should nuclear fallout reach the city, the ramifications for American global dominance in the arts, tech, and defense would be devastating, shaking the foundation of the US in ways that go far beyond what we could imagine. 4. Chicago, the industrial heart of the Midwest, often referred to as the City of Steel. Chicago represents the industrial might of America. As a central transportation hub, the city plays a critical role in the national economy, with key military and research facilities, including naval facilities and major airports. Chicago would be a high-value target for any nuclear attack. Its location as a key trade and transportation center for goods and services across the country would make it indispensable to U.S. infrastructure, making it all the more vulnerable. In addition, the Chicago Board of Trade is a cornerstone of financial markets worldwide, and its destruction would have severe consequences for the global economy. The city's industrial base, its importance in logistics and transport, and its proximity to critical infrastructure like military bases make it one of the first cities likely to be hit in the event of nuclear war. 5. San Francisco Silicon Valley's tech hub. When you think of Silicon Valley, you think of innovation, technology, and the future of digital civilization. What happens if this nerve center of the tech industry becomes a nuclear target? The devastation would be both immediate and long-lasting. San Francisco is home to some of the world's largest technology companies, and the Bay Area is a crucial site for defense, with military installations in nearby Oakland and Treasure Island. In an increasingly digital world, eliminating this technology hub would result in the near-total collapse of US economic and military capabilities, crippling the nation's technological edge. The fallout would extend far beyond just the city itself. Tech disruptions, stock market crashes, and loss of global data hubs would create long-lasting instability. The world's dependence on social media platforms, data storage, and AI technology makes San Francisco a unique target. A strike here would not just affect the US, it would affect the global tech industry on an unprecedented scale. 6. Houston. The energy capital of the US. Next on the list is Houston, which is the epicenter of the US energy industry. As the heart of the oil and gas industry, Houston controls a vast portion of the nation's energy production, with numerous refineries, pipelines, and petroleum reserves situated nearby. A nuclear strike on Houston could have catastrophic consequences for the US economy, affecting not just energy supplies, but also global oil prices. The destruction of Houston could lead to global energy crises, driving up costs and triggering widespread economic instability. Houston also houses critical military installations and NASA's Johnson Space Center, making it a dual target for both its military and scientific significance. In a worst-case scenario, the cascading effects of such a strike would resonate far beyond American borders, potentially crippling international energy markets. 7. Dallas-Fort Worth. The aerospace and financial hub not far behind Houston is Dallas-Fort Worth, home to one of the largest aerospace industries in the world. With key defense contractors like Lockheed Martin headquartered here, the city represents a major strategic target in any nuclear conflict. Additionally, the Dallas-Fort Worth area is a major center for banking, technology, and telecommunications, making it an economic powerhouse in the state of Texas. While not as prominent as other cities, the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex is a vital logistical and economic hub that, if destroyed, would send shockwaves throughout the military-industrial complex and financial services industry. 8. Miami, the gateway to Latin America. Miami stands as the gateway between the US and Latin America, making it a highly strategic location. The city is home to the US Southern Command, overseeing military operations in Latin America and the Caribbean. Additionally, its position as a key commercial port and international hub for tourism makes it a critical target for any nation seeking to disrupt the flow of goods and commerce in the Western Hemisphere. While the city's role in global finance and shipping makes it a major target, the fallout could spread to the wider Caribbean and Latin American regions, exacerbating the crisis and escalating the nuclear war to an international scale. 9. Philadelphia, the historical and political center. Rounding out the list is Philadelphia, a city that holds historical and political significance, especially as the birthplace of American independence. With its proximity to Washington, D.C., the political capital, a nuclear attack on Philadelphia could serve as a follow-up strike to disrupt the eastern U.S. Furthermore, its military facilities and critical infrastructure related to communication and transportation make it an obvious target. Final thoughts: the nuclear shadow over America. These 10 cities represent critical points on a map that could, in an unimaginable nightmare, become targets for nuclear strikes. The threats are far from abstract, global tensions continue to rise, and the fear of nuclear war, while grim, is something that we can't afford to ignore. The world has changed since the Cold War, but one thing remains clear: nuclear weapons are still the ultimate game changer in international relations. So what's next? How should these cities prepare, and what steps can we take to ensure survival in the face of such devastating threats? Let's open up a conversation, share your thoughts, and engage in this crucial dialogue about nuclear risk. But before you dive in, let me just say, don't bother hitting that subscribe button yet. We've got a long road ahead of us, and we need to keep asking the tough questions. What do you think? Are we truly prepared for such a catastrophe, or is it just a matter of time?